Well, first of all, the problem concerning those votes is marginally small, Sanam, if you compare it to the total population of the West Bank and Gaza. What we're talking about here is 6,000 Palestinians who live in East Jerusalem who usually have to vote through Israeli means. They cast their ballots through Israeli post offices. And the Palestinian Authority says they haven't received assurances from Israel that that is going to be possible. And on top of that, of course, this being East Jerusalem, it's not officially recognized as a part of the Palestinian territories by Israel. And therefore, there's been no polling campaigning allowed to take place there. There are about 150,000 other Arabs living in East Jerusalem who are able to vote, who are not dependent on Israel, if they can cast their ballots outside the city boundaries. So we're talking about a very small number of people. But the Palestinian Authority, the President Mahmoud Abbas, is saying, well, as long as those 6,000 are not able to vote freely in these elections, then there will be no elections because Israel has got to lift that ban or that uncertainty. Now, of course, Hamas has jumped on here saying this is all a pretext not to hold these elections because the Palestinian Authority, which is run by Fatah in the West Bank, knows that it is risking losing these elections in the face of Hamas, which runs the Gaza Strip. And so this is a bid by Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, to hold on to power yet again. Having been elected back in 2006 for a 4-year term, he is still in power all these years later. This is seriously cheesed off many Palestinians who say, well, you know, we were hoping for free and fair elections. The leadership of the Palestinian territory, especially in the West Bank, has been in power far too long. It's out of touch. It's corrupt. And this was going to be an occasion to bring in new leaders. And this occasion, once again, is now postponed and there's no new date.